Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid 2 Return to Samus. In the last part we got here to this area and fought our first Zeta Metroid. And now we're going to continue on and do some more stuff. Missile pack right there, by the way. Also in the last part we got the space jump, which is important in this area. Also, you're going to want to come back up to this room that we were in the last part where we destroyed a Metroid, because spider balling along this is probably the easiest way to get to the next part of the area you want to go to. Also, you got a free missile pod there if you want them. Notice we have 230 missiles. That means there's only one missile pack left in, two missile pods left in the game. And we'll be getting them both within the next 5 minutes, I think. At least 5 minutes. Let's see, I said that around the 1 minute mark, so I'll keep my eyes out. And another Zeta. You know, I'm lucky that the Zetas don't take that long, all things considered, to be killed. Although I think speedruns skip most of the Zeta Metroids, thankfully. Actually, what is the speedrun record for this game? Let's see, come here Google, I need you. Also, if you can get yourself in a small corridor like this, Zeta Metroids become really easy. Anyway, you're gonna want a spider ball up here after killing that Metroid. And you might notice there's a Chozo statue up there. Pretty much we have to make our way to it. This is the only one where we have a bit of a long path before getting it. Yeah, that block decided to be picky. And once we get over here, we get another power-up from Metroid 1, the Screw Attack, so we can screw everything as much as we want now. Joking aside, this is actually the most powerful weapon in the game, technically speaking. When you jump now, we are pretty much become a living sawblade, and nothing can survive. Let's see, Speed Demos Archives, come here, I need you for this. And then you want to come back into the main room once you do that, and then you're going to want to Screw Attack up towards the top, actually. Wow, actually, that's kind of long for a Metroid game. Best time, by the looks of it, glitches. The best time is 59:49. Best 100% signal segment is 1 hour 9 minutes. Huh. That's rather short, all things considered, for a speedrun. Anyway, coming down here is the most pain-in-the-ass room in the game. As you can see, it's completely black. And there's a missile pod down there. However, there's also an energy tank to get in here, as you may have noticed on the screen earlier. And we need to get that. Also, both the last two energy tanks are in this area as well, so this is pretty much completion heaven. Though I recommend saving the last energy tank and pod until you're pretty much done with the area, so you can get a free health refill, essentially. And making your way over to this damn missile pack is also the hardest part of it, because, well, you can't see anything. I recommend looking up a map of this room offline, online. And I skipped out there because getting out of that place is one of the biggest pains ever. By the way, I'm sorry for the next two parts. You're essentially going to be hearing that Screw Attack noise all over the place because you need to jump a lot. Well, I say next two parts, assuming I'll be able to beat it next part because I haven't recorded it yet. Oh, don't go face first into spikes, Samus. Anyway, thankfully, this is nothing like the Zeta room that we were in last part, because in this place we got a Gamma Metroid, which is so much more merciful. 10 shots as compared to, I want to say, somewhere between 15 and 20. I'm not sure how much HP Zeta Metroids have, actually. To Google! Anyway, I cut back outside because reasons. But you're actually going to want to bomb up here because there's a missile pod and the last energy tank are both up here. Needless to say, when I first played this, this is what took the longest to find, because I looked up a non-100% walkthrough for that. I'm pretty much for the next two parts going off memory, though, because these next two areas are rather simple. There's the last energy tank, and there's the last missile pod. So we are officially now 100%. Well, endgame aside. No 20 missiles are required to destroy a Zeta. It's also around the Zeta stage that the Metroids start resembling a certain alien from a franchise of the same name. In fact, Metroid was inspired by the Alien series. Case in point, Samus is well, obviously, Ridley, first off, is named after Ripley Scott, Ridley from Alien. At least I think her name's Ridley. It's been forever since I saw any of the movies. And he also looks like one of the Xenomorphs, and so do some of the Metroids. And another Zeta. Yay. Yeah. I really do hate Zetas. They're my least favorite Metroid variation in the entire franchise. Not even any of the ones from, like, the Prime series get to be that annoying. And that's actually the save point that I'm going to tell you right now, that once we're done in this area, you're going to want to head just directly to the right of that to exit this area. Because like a couple other times in the past, I'm going to be cutting back to where the lava lowered. But there's only one Metroid left in this area, thankfully. Also, I forget if it's this room or otherwise, but there's a room somewhere in this area that has all 4 beams. So if you want to get any of the... So if you had a specific beam that was your favorite, you can get it there. Because, unlike Super Metroid onwards, beams do not stack together. Metroid 1 and 2 did not do that at all. So if you would prefer the ice beam or wave beam and you want them back, go and find that room. I think it's connected to the one I was just in. Think. Anyway, upon tacking through there, we have one last Gamma Metroid. Actually, no, it's probably not the last Gamma. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, this is the last Gamma Metroid. I think. Is it? Let's see, 6 Metroids after this. Yeah, that's the last Gamma Metroid, actually. Huh. Well, say goodbye to them, I guess. And with that earthquake, we're done in this area. Thankfully. I will say that the later areas of the game, while bigger, actually have less Metroids and therefore can be much shorter. And back with the lava is, I think this is going to be the last time we hear this track. Think is a keyword there. I'm nowhere near as familiar with this one as I am with the later games in the series. And I'm going to save the original Metroid if I'm really, really, really bored and feeling really, really masochistic for some reason. Or if I need a filler game, which is rare, mind you. And you can actually tell we're getting close to the end of the game because from now on, the areas of SR388 look like this. Actually, I wonder what area of SR388 Samus is supposed to be on the opening of Fusion. It's also around this point where you start getting some of the most powerful enemies in the game, actually. But at the same time, you get some of the early game ones, like those random flies around. I think they're called glow flies? I'm not too sure. Anyway, to the left is a place, but it's blocked off by lava, so we actually need to come up here because this is where the next two Metroids are. That poor thing! It was underground and I still killed it. None can escape the screw attack, rather. I should mention that this entire area is essentially shaped like a giant circle, and there will be a reason for that. Anyway, upon coming out in here, we find that it's mostly empty. Aside from what is actually the last Alpha Metroid in the game. Say goodbye to these things. We're never going to deal with them again. That was easy. However, there's two Metroid shells in here, but the other Metroid is nowhere to be seen. Odd. But that's the earthquake, so I guess we're done here, right? No more Metroids. Or is there? One Metroid has appeared out of nowhere, apparently. Although I think the way the game works is actually the leftover counter will show you how many are left, and once it reaches 0, the earthquake will trigger, then making the number skyrocket up again. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm guessing they're just leading us to the next area. Maybe that's where the other Metroid escaped to. Alrighty, let's go. Wait a minute, lava? Oh god, we're trapped in here. Well, that's the end of the game, everyone. Seriously though, we're trapped in a circle here, so I guess we have nothing to do but circle back to the room we were just in. Maybe there's something new there. And upon making it back, there's a Zeta Metroid, and it's evolving! Meet the final incarnation of the Metroid that's not the, well, final incarnation, Omega Metroids. These guys take around 80 missiles from the front. However, they have a weak point. If you shoot them in the back, each missile does 4 times as much damage. So you essentially need only 20 missiles, and they're rather easy to stun lock. However, and you can also screw attack in them to keep them in one, counterattack their lunge attack. Not that hard, however, all future ones will be fast-forwarded just because they can take some time. Now, one thing I'm going to mention as this earthquake happens, and I'll even show you the clips of it coming up, is what happened to the Omega Metroids. As you saw there, and as I'll show you in an upcoming screenshot, the Omega Metroids were about 1.5 times the size of Samus. And by the way, major spoilers for Fusion coming up right here. Because as you can see right here, they're about 1.5 times the Samus, nothing big there. Although I'll admit the manual says they're massive, but they don't look that massive. However, in Fusion, I'm guessing it's because of the genetic modifications the Galactic Federation's made. But they got huge! What happened? Did the Galactic Federation just mess with the genetics that much, or what? That's a good 2, maybe 3 times size increase. What the hell, game? Although, that might actually have to do with the resolution of each of the systems. But still, it's ridiculous. They also somehow got rid of the weakness to missiles in Fusion. I don't get that. So yeah, and Fusion spoiler is now over. Sorry if you haven't played it yet, but seriously, the game's been out for damn close to 10 years. Actually, no. I think around 12 years now. Let me check. Let's see. And now, by the way, the path to the next area is very, very linear. In fact, I will say this is one of the more linear Metroid games, but it's nowhere near as linear as Fusion or Other M. Let's see, yeah. Metroid Fusion was released November 18th, 2002, so yeah. By the time this gets uploaded, this game will, Fusion will be 12 years old. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Because Fusion, I think, was actually the first Metroid game I ever played. It was either that or Zero Mission. I can never remember which. And that was eerie sounding. Welcome to what is the last big area of the game. All the Metroids in here are Omega Metroids. And while it says 4 on there, there's only 3 Omega Metroids. The final boss is the last Metroid. But we'll get more into details of that more than likely next part. I'm not sure how long the rest of this area will take after this part. After all, these Metroids can't just come out of nowhere, right? Anyway, screw attack up this wall to find where the next Omega Metroid is. Like I mentioned, all future Omega Metroids will be fast-forwarded just because they can take forever. I hope you guys enjoy the music I chose for this one. I decided to go a bit 80s with this one. And a bit Vince DiCola, for those of you familiar with 2 specific movie soundtracks. Nudge Nudge, Wink Wink, Punch Punch.
You got the touch. You got the power. Yeah.
How unfitting, right? That was quick and easy. But with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kinda stuff. And next time on Let's Play Metroid... I'm gonna stop that now. On Metroid 2 Return Samus. We're gonna continue on in this area and hopefully eliminate the last 2 Omega Metroids in the process and see where we can get from there. See you guys then.